WIFO-FM in Jessup. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates Country Financial, Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and First Southern Bank.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings in Wayne County is a popular thing. To dine in or take out for one delicious meal, and with the low great prices, it's simply a steal. Famous for the variety of sauces, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. When it's time to eat lunch or dinner, Damon's Restaurant the place to go. Located in the middle of town on West Cherry Street, yes, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings simply can't be beat. So next time you're hungry and looking for a great meal, head to Damon's Restaurant and enjoy a great deal. The number to call is easy, 588-WING, 588-9464, the real thing. Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings. Those chicken wings are a very popular thing.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
All right, world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. The time now is 7:59. And, Bob, we have a very special guest on the phone with us right now, candidate for Senate, Herschel Walker, a special guest this morning on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
Yeah, we're glad to have him. Second time on the show. Herschel, glad to have you on the show. You're headed to Glenville for this Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner. I know you want to invite everybody over there. Are you looking forward to the big event tonight in Glenville?
I am looking forward to it. And, you know, we need to appreciate our law enforcement. They really have had a tough couple of years, but let me tell you what, they're still keeping this country safe, and they're doing what they can do, they're allowed to do, and I think we need to appreciate them and thank them for everything that they're doing for this country and for the state of Georgia.
Again, you're in this big race running for U.S. Senate. The last time I talked to you, I told you I was a big fan. I was hoping you stay out of this political arena. The main reason is nasty. It's getting nasty. Your opponents are coming after you with a lot of attacks. How are you handling all that?
Well, I'm doing well. You know, I said I'm going to continue to come because the people of Georgia know who I am. They know what I'm about. And whenever you're losing, you start complaining. And that's what they do in this political world. And Herschel Walker's not a loser. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to go full steam ahead because I'm doing what it takes to win this election. And that's getting out and meeting the people. That's fundraising. And that's what they told me I'm supposed to do. And that's what I'm doing. And I want the people to know that I'm in this for serious reasons, not just for a political feather on my cap. And I think that's what they're doing.
Have any of the attacks surprised you? I mean, they're upset. You're not. Are you going to debate them? They said you didn't come to the first debate. Is there any other debates set up?
Well, you know, what's strange is they talk about this debate, but do people know that I was nominated for the Racial Algebra Award? And I don't think people know what that is. But that's really bigger than the Heisman Trophy in football. That's in the business world. That is a business person that has come from humble beginnings and has done some incredible things in the business world, but he gives back as well. And that has given out over $235 million of scholarships, over 35,000 scholarships to students. That has also come from very difficult times, and they've all maintained a high GPA. And I got nominated last year can never win this if you're running for a office. Well, this is show you how God's grace is. I got nominated before I decided to run, and this was already put on for this time here. And they talk about, I'm afraid I didn't come to a debate. Well, it's because I was getting something much bigger than what they are. And what I like for them to do is get their campaign numbers up, get their fund, get their numbers up. I like them, right now in the polls, they're down. So my thing is, guys, do the work that I'm doing. When I decided to run, the first thing they asked me is, can I raise money? The second thing, can I get people to cross over? Well, I am doing that, but it doesn't seem that they are. But yet they want to hold me to a different standard than us guys. My people are working hard. We're doing what it takes to win. Doesn't seem that they are, so I'm not going to worry about them. We're going to keep going full steam ahead and win this primary and go and win the general. I hear that all they want to do now is try to get in a runoff. And that tells the people of Georgia right there, if they want to get in a runoff, all they want to do is spend your money. That's what this government is doing right now. He's spending other people's money. Well, right now, you want to go out and win this election, not get in runoff to spend more of the Georgia people money. Right now, money is hard to come by, but not for people that's running in this election, so they don't mind spending other people's money. Well, I do. And that's one of the things I want to do is stop the spending.
Again, if you're just joining us on the phone with us, is Herschel Walker. He'll be in Glenville today for that Law Enforcement Appreciation Dinner. The statewide polls have you up by double digits. If you win this primary, you're going to face off against the incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock. I saw where you said that's definitely going to be a battle. You're looking forward to that. Tell us your thoughts on his record right now in the U.S. Senate.
Well, that's going to be a big battle. I think it's going to be a tough battle because people see what's going on in this country right now. But one of the things that they got to see also is he's voted almost 95% with Biden, where those policies that he had is not working. They're not working at all. You see this economy is gone nuts. It's the largest economy we've had, in 40-something years. Right now, it is absolutely, people can't afford gas. They can't afford food. And it's because of these terrible policies that they released on it. They're still trying to put all these mandates out there. And I said, it is not a good thing. It's not working for Georgia. It is not working at all. So he's got to stand behind that, even though sometimes they try to distance themselves from Biden's agenda, but they voted for it. So trying to distance yourself now only because it's time to vote, it doesn't work. And I think the Georgia people, and I'm going to help the Georgia people to realize that, and I do fight for the people. I told everyone, I love the Lord Jesus. I didn't get into this race so I wanted to be popular. I got into this race because I'm sick and tired of seeing things happen that I don't think should be happening in Georgia. I think there's somebody that needs to go to Washington and fight for the people of Georgia in rural areas, fight for the people in all these urban areas that no one fights for them. Well, I'm going to fight for them. That's where I'm from. And I said, I can't just continue to let this go on without saying something.
Following your campaign closely, one thing I read, like you said, people see Washington politics, they think it's broken. It's so politicized, party-wide, Republicans on one side, Democrats on the other. You said you want to get up there and try to reach across the aisle and work with Democrats. Tell us about that, and how do you think you'll accomplish that if you get elected?
Well, the way I accomplish that is I'm not ashamed to go over and talk to someone. I think that is the problem right now. We can't communicate with people only because they say that you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, so we don't want to lower our standards and go over to talk to the other side. Well, Herschel Walker doesn't care about that. What I care about is the people that I represent. And that's what they should start thinking about, who you represent and not representing yourself. And I want to go over there and talk to the other side. I want to understand why do they feel like that. But I also want them to know this is the greatest country in the world, and the way we get it back to the way it should be is by coming together. And I know about coming together. I know about teamwork. I played on good championship teams. I put companies together that they got to realize that, guys, we have to work on one page. And that's what we got to get done. I know how to talk to people, that I can bring people together, and that's what we got to do right now, because it's not about you. It's about the state of Georgia. It's not about you. It's about the United States. And I think that's what people got to realize.
Everyone's familiar with your friendship with the former President Donald Trump. You have his endorsement. Getting inside, is he going to run in 2024? Has he told you anything?
Well, he hasn't told me anything, and I keep saying I'm not sure what he's going to do. But one of the things I think people need to know right now is I really thank him for that endorsement. But if you can see that, I also got an endorsement of people that don't funnel, and they don't get along. That shows you right there that I can bring people together. And I said, guys, that's what we got to do. We got to have everyone. And that's why I said, you got early voting May 2nd. I want everyone to come out and vote. And vote for the person that's going to get in there, that's going to fight, that's going to get in there and get the job done. And that's one thing that I've done my whole life. I've been knocked down, but I've always gotten up and shown people that I'm in this to win it.
Former president, definitely against our governor, Brian Kemp. I know that you stayed out of this governor's race. Has he tried to get you to get involved? And what's been your strategy? Like I said, I haven't seen you endorse anybody. The comments I've read, you said you want to stay out of it and just worry about your own race. Is that where you stand?
Well, that is where I stand, and I have to do that. I have a very, very tough race that I can't be worrying about everyone else's race. Right now, it's going to be a tough race. Stacey Abrams is on the Democrat side. Well, you got a couple of people, not just Governor Perdue. Perdue and Governor Kemp. You got other people in that race as well. So whoever wins that race, we got to come together and get this country, get this state back together. And that's one of the things I said I got to do is worry about Herschel's race, because you see what people are doing in my race. They're coming after me. They're saying things that are absolutely terrible. Some may be true, some may be lies. Who knows what they are? But what it is they need to worry about their race, because they're going to lose because of it. People are tired of all this name calling. They're tired of all this. What they want to know is, what are you going to do for the state of Georgia? What are you going to do for the state of Georgia? Not because you're losing, but what are you going to do for the state of Georgia? And that's what I want people to realize, that I'm going to get out there and fight and get people back to work, get people back earning money, because it seems like the government is so good at spending other people's money. And that's something I know about. Remember, I was brought up with nothing, and I've been able to get my life together and do the things I'm supposed to do, but I know how not to spend what I don't have.
One final question. Again, we mentioned the attacks. One attack lately I saw, they state you claiming you own companies that don't exist. How do you respond to that?
Well, that's what's so sad. When people start saying things like that, and how hard I have worked, and how hard I have put things together, and I say, people that say things like that, it make me want to get so competitive, because I'm a competitive guy. So do you want to put something on the line, put your career on the line and saying things like that? It's easier when you have a pen to sit behind a pen and write something, or you behind a tweet, but can you stand behind it? I stand behind what Herschel Walker has done. I will always stand behind it and stuff, because, I know how to put jobs together. I've done it. I've been doing it. I know how to put a team together. I've been doing it. I know about going to the military. I've been to over 400 and something bases all over the world. I've done that. I sit on a public traded board. I'm doing that. So people they can say those things because they're running for office. They want to try to get a sound bite. And what I'm going to do is I'm saying, guys, go by your own merit. Right now, the only way to get light is like talking about Herschel Walker. Even in the debate, someone said they had a podium up there with my name up there. But they knew I was not coming. But I said, that is okay, because that is the way to get known. So I said, if they want to use my name, use it. But at the same time, as they say, put respect on it. Because I've earned what I've done.
Herschel, again, this is the second time we had you on the show. Hopefully we'll have you on between now and May 24th, the primary. Hope you have a great time in Glenville. I know a lot of people from Wayne County are headed over to see you because they're excited that you're coming. Hopefully we can get you in the studio soon. Save this number, because when you win that race against Wofford Warnock, we're going to have you on a regular basis here on our show, because we love having you. Again, we wish you the best of luck, and again, love to have you in the studio if you can make it between now and May.
I tell you what, I will make it. I give you my word. No matter what, I will be back on the show again. And I want to just encourage everyone to go to teamherschel.com and do whatever you can do, volunteer, whatever you can do, become a part of Team Herschel. I tell you what, we got a winning team, and we're going to go out and we're going to make a change.
Herschel, again, thanks so much for being here on the show, and have fun in Glenville, and we'll look forward to talking to you again.
All right, thank you, now, and God bless you guys.
All right, take care, Herschel. Herschel Walker, our special guest here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And we've got more guests in the green room, more of the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. We've got Tina Mosley coming in and Morris Melvin, so stay tuned.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Mostly cloudy, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms early. Then showers likely, chance of thunder in the afternoon, high low 80s. Tonight, showers likely, chance of evening thunderstorms. Then a chance of showers after midnight, upper 50s. Friday, mostly sunny, high of 80. Saturday, mostly cloudy, chance of showers, slight chance of morning thunderstorms. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the Georgia 811 Weather Center. Contact 811 before you dig.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO on this Thursday, 14th day of April. And Bob, we got a guest here in the studio with us.
We got a couple more guests on the show. It's a packed house today, but we got Tina Mosley, our candidate for school board in District 5, and appreciate you coming in. You got a meet and greet today as well. Is that correct?
I do. I have a meet and greet today from 4 to 6 at the train depot, and it's to invite people just to drop in. We're going to have some snacks, and I've got some T-shirts to give away and some information. And the taco truck said they'd be there if anybody wanted to buy dinner on their way out. So
is that one of the T-shirts right there?
That's my T-shirt.
Yeah,
yep.
Tina Mosley, right experience, right choice, school board, District 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Again, we assume everybody knows who Tina Mosley is. There's a lot of people out there that may not know who. So tell us a little about yourself, your background, and why you decided to run for school board.
Okay. I have had 30 and a half years in education in Wayne County. I also graduated from Wayne County High School, so I do have a vested interest. I was a teacher for 18 years. I was an instructional coach. Then I was an assistant principal at Wayne County High School. From there, I went to the Wayne County Board of Education, where I was an instructional supervisor and worked with Amy Denny on curriculum. Then I moved into the human resources, and I was the first human resources director because we had never had one of those before. So I had a big learning curve, but with a lot of help from people from out of town, and I went to a training specifically for human resources in education. And I learned a lot. And then I was appointed Chief Operations Officer for the school system.
Now, Tina, one of the big questions we get when we have candidates in here for school board or for county commission is, where is that district? People have a hard time understanding what district they're in, what the and all that kind of stuff. So what district is District 5, and are you running against an incumbent or not? Or people can identify what District 5 is. What is it?
I am running against the incumbent, Nick Ellis. District 5 has changed a good bit. I was originally in District 2, and in December that was changed. So I've had to learn District 5, and it goes out. I live off of Spring Grove Road, and that's part of it. Then there is over behind the hospital, over behind Dollar General on Rumpf Street and in that area, Magnolia Street, Bay Street. It's out Airport Road, so it's quite a large area. It just
goes all around there, doesn't it?
Yeah,
wow.
My husband and I, when we were putting out signs, I had to Google where to go next. So, yeah.
Okay.
So what made you decide to run for school board? Why do you want to be on the board?
Because I have a unique perspective. I've been in it. I have taught in the classroom. I know the frustrations, and I know that the frustrations are worse now than when I was in the classroom. I've had a lot of teachers talk to me about issues that they're having and things that they've been asking to change that have not changed. So I'm very concerned about that. I'm also concerned about our millage rate. I mean, we have 3 of our board members who have the exemption. So, why aren't we changing the millage rates for those of us who don't have the exemption? We have a healthy fund balance right now. People need some help with our economy the way it is. I also want to make a difference. I've always loved education. From the time I was 5 years old, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. And I'm still an educator. I'm not a politician. I'm an educator. I want to be the voice of the teachers and all the employees, as well as the students. They need an advocate.
So when they go to the polls, early voting starts May 2nd, but the primary is May 24th. It'll be decided on May 24th because these are nonpartisan races. So, again, why should they vote for Tina Mosley in District 5?
They should vote for me because I have the best interests at heart for all of our Wayne County students and employees, not just the teachers, but all employees. We have a bus driver shortage. We have a substitute teacher shortage. We have people leaving right and left. Several of our areas, and I was over the accreditation for the last time that we had one so that our school system was accredited. And one area of need improvement was that we would build leaders from inside of our school system, yet we continue to hire people who are not from Wayne County. They're outside of our school system. And I was a part of that leadership development program. I helped teach it. And we had over 50 people who went through the program and who are ready to be leaders. But we just seem to keep overlooking those people and hiring from without the school system.
Again, tell us about your meet and greet again today. That's today at the train depot, is that correct?
Right. It's at the train depot from 4 to 6, and it's just drop in. So before you go to the baseball game today or to the ballpark, if you've got one starting, my niece starts softball today. So just stop in and say hello and ask me any questions that you have, and grab a snack because we've got some really good homemade snacks to give out, as well as water bottles with my label on them and some T-shirts and some information cards.
And that's stay between 4 and 6 at the train depot.
That's right.
So what do you think? Oh, I'm sorry. When you're out campaigning, what are there certain things on people's mind that they ask you about, or?
I've talked to, I work at the Berry Patch part-time, and they come in there and find me and say, listen, I'm a bus driver. I had one last week. She said, and I've accepted a job driving a dump truck. And she's been a bus driver a long time, and she said, I just can't do it anymore because of the pay. I had 3 teachers in there last week on spring break. 2 of them were going up to their schools to work during spring break. They shouldn't have to do that. They should have the time during the school days to get their work done and prepare for students and not have to worry about all the little minutia things that aren't that important. Now, I realize there are programs that they have to use. I was a teacher, I know that. But some of the demands on teachers right now are just not important. They're not relevant.
What are some of the biggest challenges you see, let's say, that the school board's going to face within the next year or two?
Well, the budget right now is really good, but I can't seem to find out how much over budget we are for James E. Bacon and for the track project. I have searched that and can't seem to find it. Mm-hmm. The CARES Act money that we have, that's going to run out, so we need to be preparing for that as well. But I just feel like the budget is a big deal. That is something that we need to look at, and the high taxes and, just helping out our community and not, trying to keep building that fund balance tool.
Okay. All right. Anything else for Tina?
Again, appreciate you coming in. Wish the best of luck. Again, May 24th is the primary. It'll be decided on that day. The early voting starts May 2nd, runs up to May 20th. So I'm sure you're out campaigning hard. And how is the campaign with the pandemic's kind of died down? So you're able to go door to door and talk to a lot of people? I've
been talking to a lot of people just out in the community. I've put signs all over my district. And I have the T-shirts, and I have, a lot of information for people. I have some stickers. So, yeah, I have been getting out. I've been talking to people. I've been talking to educators. I've been talking to non-educators, parents, grandparents, as many people as I can.
Okay. All right.
Appreciate you coming in.
Tina, good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right. Once again, you have what this afternoon?
My meet and greet.
And that's a train depot in downtown Jessup. What hours?
4 to 6.
All right, everyone's invited to stop by and visit with Tina. All right, take care.
Thank you.
All right, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. That's Tina Mosley. We've got Morris Melvin coming on the air in just a moment here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
Dr. Steve Roth, OBGYN, has moved into a new building in Jessup and is accepting patients. His new office, located at 228 Memorial Drive, may be reached by calling 912-559-2432. A board-certified physician, Dr. Roth has over 28 years' experience in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide variety of women's health issues. After graduating cum laude from the University of South Florida, Dr. Roth completed his medical degree also at the University of South Florida. His specialty training was completed at UAB and the Caraway Methodist Medical Center in Birmingham, Alabama. A fellow of the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Dr. Roth is welcoming new patients at 912-559-2432. Give yourself the gift of health by making it a top priority this year. Stop by the office or give Dr. Roth a call today to get started.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Mostly cloudy, slight chance of showers and thunderstorms early. Then showers likely, chance of thunder in the afternoon, high low 80s. Tonight, showers likely, chance of evening thunderstorms. Then a chance of showers after midnight, upper 50s. Friday, mostly sunny, high of 80. Saturday, mostly cloudy, chance of showers, slight chance of morning thunderstorms. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the Georgia 811 Weather Center. Contact 811 before you dig.
WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio, world-famous Butch and Bob Show here for this April 14th. Bob, another guest here in the studio with us.
We got candidate for County Commissioner District 3, Morris Melvin, in the studio with us. Morris, longtime city commissioner. I worked with you many years on the city board. What made you decide to run for county commission?
Exactly that. I served on the city commission for 9 years, 2 different terms, and I actually enjoy politics. When I tell people that, of course, I'm not a politician. I don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say, but
you enjoy serving in public office.
Public service, yeah, I like that. I took an aptitude test when I was in high school, and they told me that I was cut out for public service, and I didn't think much more about it. I guess they knew what they were talking about, because I really liked it. When I tell people that I like being a politician or elected official, they look at me like I'm kind of crazy. As a matter of fact, when some of my friends that have known me for years and years found out that I was running for this position, they asked me if I was crazy, and I said, well, I may be, but somebody's got to do it, you know. And if I am crazy, I won't be the only crazy one in politics, because there's several of them around, maybe on a higher level. But you know, our country's in a mess, and if everybody assumes that attitude of, are you crazy, just because you run for a public office, then the good people won't run.
No, it's a public service for the folks. For a lot of folks, you know, there's some people have other reasons, but for most of them, I know they feel a sense of giving to the community and trying to help.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, and we got to have good folks in there.
I know that a couple of my opponents have a personal agenda, which is fine, but you know, the people, the taxpayers in Wayne County, are my agenda. Not only is our country in a mess, but our county's in a mess as far as spending money. Everybody wants what they want. They don't see the picture, the big picture. And there's just not enough money to go around for everybody to get what they want. So somebody's got to be in charge of distributing the money fairly. I've always thought and said even that sales tax is, if there is a fair tax, that sales tax is the only fair tax I know of. But look what we're paying. We're paying 8.5 cents on the dollar. That's too much. That's just absolutely too much.
Now, Morris, you're running as a candidate for District 3 for County Council. Is that correct?
That's right, County Commission.
And for County Commission. Now, what area is that? Would you be, if you are elected, are you replacing somebody who's not running? Just kind of give folks an idea of where District 3 is for County Council or County Commission.
Well, District 3 is scattered. It's all over the place. It goes, of course, I just a little better than a year ago, moved out on Penn Holloway Road, and I really don't know when or
so
why.
It's out there toward the Gardai, Mount Pleasant
That's
area,
right.
back
Gardai,
toward
Mount Pleasant,
Rainier and all that. And
Hortense.
who's the incumbent in there right now for District 3 for County Commission?
Who is what?
The incumbent. Who's in there?
Oh, that's Mike Roberts,
and
but
he's not
running.
Run. So
right.
if you just give it. It's amazing with the most questions we get on this when we have folks on for school board and county commission. What's District 3? What's District 4? What's District 5? So it's the district that Mike Roberts has been representing on county commission for the last several years.
Yeah, and he lives on Martin Landon Road, I believe, which is real close to where I live on Penn Holloway Road. But my district, or the District 3, goes to Browntown. If you step out of Browntown, you're in Glenn County. Takes in Hortense, Mount Pleasant, Gardai, even goes out 301 to some of those streets out there that shoot off of 301. It's everywhere. And, I got familiar with redistricting when I was on the Jessup City Commission. I understand the principle, but I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. It's not fair for me. Really, somebody trying to get elected to a political post, it's too much work, and I believe that would deter a lot of people from running when they look at the map and see where all the district is. And I've always said and learned this the hard way. Really, was if you don't knock on doors, especially in Wayne County and a lot of other country counties, I call them, you're probably not going to win. So I've got a lot of doors. There's 4,000 registered voters in my district.
Yeah, it's hard dividing up the county population evenly, so they have to go all around with it. Bob, go ahead with questions.
Well, again, I know you follow the politics and you know the city county government. So if you get elected, what are some things you'd like to see done? What do you like to bring to the table to the county board?
Well, Bob, the first thing I want to do is look at the situation overall and see if I find a problem. Apparently there are some problems somewhere, and I realized by reading the paper and listening to y'all on the radio and discussions and stuff, that there was dissension, and has been for quite some time, on the county board. We need to stop that. What really got my ire up was one of the commissioners who's not running again, lambasted another one of the commissioners who is running about something that had happened. That's not the way to do business. If you got a problem with one of your fellow commissioners, then I think you ought to talk about it behind closed doors, discuss it with him, and see if y'all can work it out. But don't get on, the newspaper or the radio or whatever, or even out on the street corner and lambaste your fellow elected officials, because they might be doing the best they know how to do. I told a guy one time when I worked on the railroad, I was a locomotive engineer a little bit later on, but this guy that I'm talking about, I got up on the engine one day, and my nickname was Cincinnati. I'm not real proud of that because I don't know what it really meant, and I never been to Cincinnati. I don't know if that was good or bad. But I never even been to Cincinnati, so I can tell you why I think he called me that, but we won't get into that. But he said, "Hey, Cincinnati, how you doing today?" And I said, "Well, his name was Bo." I said, "Bo, I'm doing the best I can." He said, No, you're not either. You're doing the best you know how. He said, "You can always do better than you can." So I try to remember that. I'm doing the best I can, the best I know how. But what made me decide to run? I love politics, if you won't mind. You was there at every one of our meetings, so you know what kind of fellow I am. And
when you're talking about the meetings when you used to be a city councilman, right?
Yes, I was a city commissioner from 91 through 2000. And I like that. The first 5 years I spent on the Jessup City Commission, and Bob can verify this, was a good time. We made a lot of changes, a lot of improvements. We never got much credit for that, but and I don't mean to be ugly to y'all, but the news media likes to look at things that are not good instead of looking at things that are good. So we didn't get a lot of good publicity from what we did in the first 5 years. That was a 5-year term because the District 4, which was the downtown area and surrounding areas, had to be redistricted. so it got all confusing and had to spend an extra year in office in order to get the district back together. And it was a good time. Had a good. That was a blessing to work with a group of people that really had the best interest of Jessup at heart. And we made a lot of changes that never got reported. We took the city of Jessup out of bankruptcy, complete bankruptcy, and put them back up on solid footing, and got money in the bank and all this. Well, the board changed, and the next 4 years was spent by some of the new commissioners. Gerald DeWitt and I were the only two that was reelected within the opposition for that second 4-year term. And some of the new commissioners and others came on board that wanted to change everything that we had accomplished. And that was hard for me because, I'm going against what I've already voted for, and I didn't particularly like that part. So, I got beat, of course, in the going for the third term, but I really enjoyed, especially the accomplishments that we made in that first 5-year term. We had a good board. We all got along. If we didn't, we'd go in the back room or out on the street corner or wherever and talk about it and see if we could, work out our differences. But overall, I'm just tickled today at what we accomplished, and I believe we could do the same thing on the county commission. I think there's some dissension, or was, maybe still be, I don't know. But I'm not going to make any promises about what I'm going to do until I get down there, if I get elected, and see what the problems are, what the situation's like, and what can I do to improve it, if anything. And I think certainly there's room for improvement. The first thing you hear when you go out and start to knock on doors as a local public official running for office, especially, is, can I get my road paved? I mean, that's everybody wants a road paved. Well, I live on a dirt road, a long, lengthy dirt road, and excuse me, it was approved for paving a while back, and 2 people on that road wouldn't give the right of way for the road to be paved, so it didn't get paved. Well, that's a good example of how a small percentage of people can do something that affects a large percentage of people. Everybody on my dirt road, Penn Holloway Road, has to suffer. We hadn't had any rain in a pretty good while, and it's dry and dusty. And everybody that lives on that road, travels that road, has to suffer because 2 people, for whatever reason, didn't want to give up the right of way. I
guess they like living on a dirt road. Some people do.
I'm a dirt road man. I lived on dirt roads all my life, and it didn't matter to me because I didn't have a car when I was growing up, so I didn't have to eat a lot of dust.
What do you think, Morris Melvin, candidate for District 3 County Commission, what will you bring to the County Commission, to the county, that you feel they'll be able to help out the citizens of your district and of Wayne County?
Well, I think I would bring common sense. I'm an old man, Butch. I mean, I don't want to brag about that because some people might not like old men and they might not vote for me. But
hey, us old men are fine. Let me tell you.
But at least I'm not gray-headed like some people I know.
Yeah, me.
Anyway, common sense and approach the situation after we look at it, and put myself into the position of the other people, that the residents of the county, the taxpayers. But I thought Jessup was in, and maybe I ought not to get into this too deeply, and I won't. But I have a friend that lives in Putnam County, which is up north of Macon, and on Lake Oconee, and next to Lake Sinclair. And I thought our expenses were high here, and he told me the other day what he paid for taxes and for insurance on a pretty nice house, and I couldn't believe it. I said, well, we're not doing too bad. But I don't have to pay his taxes. I got to pay my taxes, and of course I'm concerned about my taxes and your taxes. If you live in Wayne County, I'm concerned about what it's costing you to live here. We have a beautiful county. We have a lot of assets. The Altamaha River is a tremendous asset for people here in Wayne County. And I don't know if we utilize it enough or not.
What is your thoughts on the current millage rate and what direction that should take and what should be done about it?
Well, I don't know. I don't recall, and I thought about this last night. Now, I didn't get a copy of this test, so I didn't study before I came down here this morning.
Well, a lot of folks have comment, well, the millage rate's just fine where it's at, or I'm glad they're going down, or it should go down some more. Some people feel like they're overtaxed. Some are not too worried about it. But a lot of folks that I know that are running for office are saying that we need to lower that down, even though it's been, lowered down a millage or something like that. And just your thoughts about where the millage rate is right now and where you would like to see it.
Well, of course, I'd like to see taxes reduced, but that's a lot easier to say than it is to do.
Well, you being a former city commissioner, you know that sometimes you can't do that even if you really want to.
Well, the first thing we did as a city commissioner was raise the water rate, so we didn't bother the taxes, and that got us out of the trap. But, one of the things that people that are running for office don't like to do is bother the taxes while they're in office because they think it'll get them defeated. I found that to be a major contributor to elected officials not really wanting to deal with the tax structure. But at some point you got to look at it. Just like the 8.5%, that's too high. That's too much. I mean, that's my opinion, and I hope it's yours, and hope we can get it reduced. But lowering taxes is a lot easier to say than it is to do.
Okay.
Everybody wants a piece of the pie.
Yeah, they sure do. You got requests coming in all the time as a commissioner or as a councilman. Morris Melvin, candidate for District 3 for County Council, in the studio with us right now. We're just about out of time here. Morris, one of the questions that Bob usually asks as we get ready to, as we have candidates on, early voting coming up the 1st of May and then the primary there toward the end of May. Why should folks in District 3 County Commission, for County Commission, vote for Morris Melvin?
Well, I think they ought to vote for Morris Melvin because my track record speaks for itself. I'll try my hardest, my darndest, you might say, to do the next right thing. And it's not about me. I don't have a hidden agenda. I don't have any kind of agenda other than serving the people of Wayne County and the 3rd District. A lot of people think that just because a commissioner runs for a position in a certain district that that's all he cares about. That's not true. When an elected official votes as a county commissioner on an issue, that affects the entire county. Please remember, voters, that the district is divided like it is so that we will get a fair number of representation from everybody, not because that's the only district that we have any say-so or any power over. The county commissioner from the 3rd District has the same amount of power over countywide as it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They all do the same thing. We serve the entire county.
Okay. Bob, any final questions for Morris this morning?
Just good to see you again. Appreciate you coming in. Like I said, wish you the best of luck in the race.
Thank you, Bob. You're looking good, I might say. I'm proud of you. I know you were scared, and a lot of your friends were scared too, but you hung in there. But let me say this about that. You know this by your experiences. Getting old is not for sissies.
Yeah, I've always said getting old is not for wimps.
That's right.
I would hate to take the pain that I have in my body each day with my back and everything else and suddenly transport that to myself when I was in my 20s and thinking, oh, my word, how in the world how does my older self put up with that? But you just get used to it as years go by. But no, getting older is not for wimps.
But it's fun. Can be fun.
Yeah, it's better getting older than not, I can tell you that.
Let me say this before you cut me off. Butch, I had two major back operations. The first one was fine. They went in through the front of my neck and did some repair. And then the second one, they went in through my lower back, and it didn't turn out too well. I'm still kind of slow walking, and got some pain, but I can muddle through it. And prayer, I think, will one day help it get better. I mean,
let's hope so.
Just because I'm old don't mean I'm going to give up.
Morris Melvin in here this morning, candidate for District 3 for County Commission. Mike Roberts in that district is decided not to run for re-election, and there's several folks running in District 3, and Morris Melvin is one of them. Morris, thanks for coming in. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you for having me.
All right. World famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Country Financial, Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and First Southern Bank.